Yes. Good evening, all my South Orange Maplewood listeners, and all those other listeners in the towns of Melbourne, Livingston, Irvington, West Orange, East Orange, Orange, and Newark. Welcome to In the Village With Anse on the South Orange Maplewood online radio experience, and live on the World Wide Web at somore.org, and the only radio show covering all your news, opinions, politics, talk, and sports happening in the South Orange Maplewood communities. You can listen to us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. And reach us at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Or log on to somore.org to participate in the discussion. We have an interesting program lined up for you this evening, and I look forward to your participation in the discussion. Now, tonight we had just a little late start. Always a little late start. You know, there's always some technical difficulties, you know, when you run a radio program. There's always little things here and there that happens. But, you know, we continue to move along in the Village with Anse on the South Orange Maplewood online radio experience. And tonight, I was having a debate with a good friend of mine. And we started this debate on Tuesday night when we talked about should college athletes be paid. Yeah, that was a big discussion. We want to really delve into that again tonight and finalize that topic here in the Village of Anse on the South Orange Maplewood online radio experience. Because, you know, there's a quote that says, you don't know until you walk a mile in another person's shoes. You don't know what that person is going through until you walk a mile in their shoes. I think there are many people who are outside of sports in college and believe that the best thing for the athletes is for them to be paid. Well, I totally disagree with that. I don't think athletes should be paid. And you can chime in and let me know what you think. Do you think athletes in colleges should be paid? And if so, why? Now, I'll tell you right off the bat, I attended Seton Hall University on a track and field scholarship. And I don't think athletes should be paid. Now, that comes with a few addendum, so to speak, that there are certain things that a college can do that can be very beneficial to athletes. But before we get into that, let's just quickly get into some news. What's going on in South Orange and Maplewood? Of course, tonight we have the Exploring Cultural Dynamics that started at 7 p.m. being held by the Community Coalition on Race at the Columbia High School Library. Join the Community Coalition on Race for a conversation exploring cross-cultural communication, how it affects parents, teachers, and neighbors. What is cultural competency? How can our community leverage diversity and become more culturally sensitive? The session will be led by Elizabeth William Riley, President and CEO for the American Conference on Diversity. So it would be nice if you truck over to Columbia High School and get involved in exploring cultural dynamics at Columbia High School. And let's go over to the alternative press and see what's going on there. Take the cake to provide birthday parties to deserving kids. Two local moms, Lauren Himmeline and Janine Torito, has formed a new philanthropic venture called Take the Cake that will throw parties for children in need who might not otherwise have a party to mark a special occasion. We had this vision about birthday parties that they were special for kids and for families, and realized that there are kids in our community and neighboring communities whose parents are just not in a position to host a birthday party, something that many kids take for granted, said Torito. Having a birthday party is also special for the child's parents, added Himeline. Parties are not at the top of the financial priority list, but there are a time when families come together and make an important milestone in the lives of their kids. South Orange Public Safety Committee planning pedestrian safety campaign. A pedestrian safety campaign is being initiated by the Village Public Safety Committee in partnership with the South Orange Police Department. Pedestrian safety remains a priority among village officials, and we view this initiative as ongoing, said Sheena Cullum, trustee and chairwoman of the Village Public Safety Committee. The South Orange Police Department issued 16 summonses on April the 1st after their Cops in the Crosswalk campaign. The program, which is supported by a grant from the Division of Highway and Traffic Safety, involved officers dressed in plain clothes and acting as pedestrians. Drivers who did not yield to the officers in the crosswalks were ticketed. There were two components to the initiative, according to Cullum. In addition to strict enforcement by police, there's a public education aspect as well. In the Line of Duty fundraiser at Bunny's this Saturday. Bunny's Restaurant will be holding their second annual In the Line of Duty fundraising event on Saturday night, April the 12th, to benefit the Police Unity Tour. Last year's event was a huge success, and this year looks to be even bigger. There is no cost to attend. Bunny's will donate a percentage of the bar earnings. Also, there will be an auction of many items and services that have been donated for this event. The money raised will go to the Unity Tour, which is a registered non-profit organization. The Police Unity Tour is a charity bike ride done by police officers for the purposes of bringing awareness to the dangers officers face every day, as well as to raise money for the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. Adrian Acevedo from the South Orange Police Department helped organize the event and will be riding in the Unity Tour. Excellent event, I must say. Maplewood Community Music Parents Classical Children's Concert and Musical Blast-Off. Maplewood Community Music continues its April 2013 and 2014 season with its annual children concert designed for students of all ages and their families on Saturday, April the 12th from 3 to 4 p.m. at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts located at 10 Durand Road in Maplewood. Immediately following the concert, Maplewood Community Music will hold its first ever music blast-off. The music activities event for kids will take place from 4 to 5 p.m. Both the concert and activities events are free and open to the public. South Orange to apply for demolition of oldest house in New Jersey. The Old Stone House, the oldest standing house in New Jersey, may lose that distinction. The village is preparing an application that will allow it to demolish the historic building, according to Trustee Sneeve Schnall. Deputy Village Administrator Adam Lohner, who is putting together the documentation, said it's a lengthy process. John Overall, one of the founders and members of the South Orange Historical and Preservation Society, said he was not aware of any plans to demolish the old stone house. Because the town owns the property, it cannot proceed without first having the property taken off the historic registers, he said. This is a somewhat lengthy process, and the town will need to show something substantial other than just it's in bad shape. The village put the old stone house up for sale last year, but received no bids for the property, even after extending the deadline by 3 months. Maplewood Ideas Festival has begun. The Maplewood Ideas Festival has begun at the Maplewood Memorial Library, will run through April the 12th.